a lot of part. Let me even talk about the place that I'm very familiar with, which is Nigeria. It looks like people want to fight. Like, beware, this house is not for sale. Like, it's like fight. And there's one that I always say, this house is not for sale. They don't sell them already. Another, they're already building something. Or if you urinate here, something. I mean, I know you can fill in the gap. There are different expressions. Or you're welcome to my YouTube channel, by the way. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Okwayemi Olugbemiro. Today we're going to be talking about something I think is really important, which is brand building. More often than not, when people think about brand building, they are looking at the overt things that are obvious. More like, okay, we are doing ads, we are doing PR, we are doing packaging, influencers are coming, and several other parts around that. Yes, those things are parts. However, those things also come at different levels of your business or your brand. And those things in itself are not even what brand building is. They are elements of brand building, right? I as a person would see brand building as all efforts, internal or external, overt or covert, if that word will go, that is intended to ensure that people see your brand in a particular way, right? Let me clean that up a bit to say that brand building is a set of intentional efforts to help to build the perception of your brand, which in turn will help to achieve strategic objectives for your business, which could be growth, which could be awareness, which could be growing of influence, which could be improving sales, which could be breaking into a new market, and different other parts of different other things like that, right? So brand building it's a set of actions. It's not one thing. It is, and a lot about it starts from the leadership of the company. So let's even say that you're building something, right? You're building a brand, personal brand, right? It is that you have designed how you want people to see you in your head in relations to the people that you want to serve, and you are doing everything that needs to be done properly to engage and connect with these people. It is an effort to tangibly connect with your people. Like, sometimes some people fake it. The only thing is that when you fake it, you cannot continue to maintain it, right? However, it is that, okay, this is what I need to do to serve these people. Let's say you're a food business. Okay, I'm selling correct food. I'm ensuring that my kitchen is clean. I'm ensuring that the people that are serving the food are serving it correctly. I'm ensuring that if, for example, I'm already beginning to go higher in terms of the category of the people I want to serve, I'm ensuring that there are dietary information about the food that I'm serving. And so if people have allergies, they can know that you should not take this as a result of the fact that if you have an allergy for XYZ, this may be a concern, right? It is being very intentional about maybe having a play area, right, for kids. I used to say that one thing that this guy is, there was a Mr. Biggs in front of the house, in front of the estate I used to stay in Port Harcourt as a then, and it was one of the major ones in Port Harcourt at the time. Why? So when you come to eat, there is a place for us, the kids, that we just went to play. So my parents came, we used to come from church, my dad and his best friend. We, the kids, would go out our own side, play. They had like very good meat pie. They also had super strikers, and it was fun. So the parents could be having their own fun, and the kids could be having their own fun at their own place, right? So it is the overall end-to-end intentionality that helps to build people's perception of who you are. And that is what brand building is. So it is not every time that it is printing like cards or doing a lot of those other things. So if you're considering brand building, right, as something that you need to pay attention to, which I think everybody should pay attention to, here are a couple of things that you could focus on. One, how you're speaking with your customers. I think people think that speaking politely to people is overrated, right? I think some people think so, especially in some certain markets where they think that price is like the highest determinant. And so if I'm cheaper or I'm affordable and readily available, even if I speak with people anyhow, people will still come and buy. I mean, but that's a lie, because the day someone else comes into the market, maybe your prayer should now be that someone else should not come into the market that treats people better. But I think that how you speak to people is an important part of brand building, right? How you speak to people, what you're saying, the tone of voice for your brand, what your push notifications sound like, right? And sometimes it doesn't even have to be direct, because there's a popular fintech brand that sometimes is very like talks to you more like that guy that wants you to save your money, and sometimes can go on maybe some people call it rude, but it's not rude, because it's just trying to say, use your money well. And people kind of like connect to it, because it's that feeling around reminding them that they should take care of their money. They should be a little bit more intentional. So yes, but it's understanding how you speak to people, and knowing that you should be respectful, and knowing that you should pay attention to the nuances of the different people that you're serving. So for example, if you're building a brand and you have people across different divides, there are some push notifications that you can push to the people in the south that you may not necessarily push to people in the northern part of the country, right? Some things would be segmented, right, based on the fact that culture differs, and how people are going to experience and information that you pass to them is going to be based on the different backgrounds. I know that it now becomes a problem. How do you now know what to do, and how do you now continue to streamline your comms to cater for the different nuances? I think that first things first is decide who you want to be, get enough information about the people you're serving, and continue to iterate, because people will react, and when people react, you know how you can tailor the different communication to the different people. But I think just being respectful is one place to start. Just being not condescending, because I do not know why people think a lot of part. Let me even talk about the place that I'm very familiar with, which is Nigeria. It looks like people want to fight. Like, beware, this house is not for sale. Like, it's like fight. And there's one that I even said, this house is not for sale. They don't sell them already. Another, they're already building something. Or if you urinate here, something. I mean, I know you can fill in the gap. There are different expressions. Or like how those announcements used to come in school when there were notices. It looks like fights. Or sometimes you're reading like a release from some agencies, and you're like, who are they angry with? Like, can't you just talk? And I think that sometimes institutions think that the only way for them to be authorities in their field is not to be human. I don't know. But yeah, how you speak is one important part of brand building, right? How you treat people who have issues with you is another integral part of brand building, right? I mean, so if there is a backlash on something that you did or something that you said, how do you respond, right? Your commitment to excellence, which is one that I think needs to be spelled out a lot more in the markets that I'm very familiar with, which is Nigeria. I mean, if there is an issue, something happens, and you are not able to deliver the expected quality of excellence, communicate. Communicate. I mean, so things are not going well, and it happens, and they're like, let it break first. when it break, will come back. I'm like, why? You could have averted, or you could have helped to control how people felt bad about using your product based on just communication. Communicate. That has slightly moved me from what I was talking about, which is commitment to excellence. If the paint is not white, get white if you needed white, right? If this thing is supposed to be straight, let it be straight, right? I think commitment to excellence connects again to reliability, right? Which is that if I expect that you should be at this junction, be at that junction. If I expect this level and quality of service from you, I want to get this quality and service, right? Then everything now connects to like the product you're releasing, the people you're speaking with, and several other things around it, right? It's just practically important that you understand that brand building is not always the peripheral, which is maybe packaging, which is maybe PR. Those things are parts. They play an integral role at different phases of your business. However, some of the most tangible things are communicated by how you relate with people, right? Which is how you resolve issues, which is how you respond to how your support responds to customers, how you treat people if there's an issue with your product for return, the quality of loyalty programs, the quality of information in your emails, right? Those things are important aspects of brand building. The events your company is going for, right? The things your company stands for, or the things your company, your brand stands for. The things you support, right? The areas they are doing your CSR, right? Like the quality of people who work with you are important elements of brand building. The role you play in the ecosystem that you are part of, right? Those things are important to the success of your brand building. Like some people just put it under headings and they were like brand positioning, brand perception, brand values. But yeah, all these things connect to brand building effort. So the next time you are thinking brand building, don't just look at things from the perspective of the things that people can see. Your reliability, trust, quality of design, quality of work, quality of output, quality of customer support, quality of people on the team, commitment to excellence, commitment to consistency in terms of communication across the different channels. All these things are important elements of building your brand. My name is Okpayemi Olugbemiro. Have an amazing time.